Hello everybody, this is JP Firepledge, and I'm here, back from the dead, bringing you guys a look over at this new game that came out recently called Genshin Impact. I spent the greater part of last night, probably 2 or 3 hours going through the game, and was playing through it, and I thought it was something that would actually be really interesting to make a short, introductory video, show you guys the first, 30-40 minutes of the game. And I wanted anybody who's on the fence to be able to kind of get an idea of where the story went so far that early. And I know this game has gotten a lot of comparisons to Breath of the Wild, and I wanted to try to test out how close those claims really were to each other. And from what I had played around with originally, it actually seems to be a pretty good, I wouldn't even call it a ripoff or anything, I call it an homage to the game. So without further ado, I wanted to go ahead and just preface it for you guys. I know I've been gone for a long time, so anybody you guys come in, say hey. Anybody likes or dislikes, let me know. Give me a comment if you think anything needs to be changed, if you want to see me. This overlay you're seeing right now is what I use on Twitch when I play stuff like TFT and stuff like that right now. I'm looking to get back into streaming. My follower there is going to be immortalized in this video forever, so lucky her. And yeah, it's a JP Firepledge anywhere, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, all that stuff. So just look me up, say hey, and I will give you a holler back. So without further ado, I'm going to go to full screen and we are going to hop into the game. I'm going to be quiet through the early cutscenes, but then we'll start chatting around once we get into it. Alright, click to begin the adventure.
So, what you're trying to say is that you fell here from another world? But when you wanted to leave and go on to the next world, your path was blocked by some unknown god?
Outlanders, your journey ends here. Who are you? The sustainer of heavenly principles. The arrogation of mankind ends now.
Alright, so from when I was playing yesterday, it's actually one of the first things pretty cool. You actually get to pick who your protagonist is going to be. So you can either pick the girl or you can pick the guy. Obviously I'm a guy, I'm not against playing as girl characters in games, but I've looked at the roster a little bit already, and I think this roster is heavily female leaning. So I think I want to get the main character just be a guy, just to get a little bit more, just to even it out a little bit. But yesterday I picked the name, something kind of close. Kane kind of reminds me of some Final Fantasy stuff, so I wanted to go ahead and pick that. So, alright, I don't want to use JP Fire, it doesn't really feel, it's kind of like naming your character who's in Breath of the Wild Link, rather than, or naming them your name instead of that. It's like, you know the characters, not you. But, alright, we'll go on with that.
Give my sister back! And just like that, the god took away my sister. Some kind of seal was cast upon me, and I lost my power. So while we used to travel from world to world, we are now trapped here. How many years ago was it? I don't know. But I intend to find out. When I woke, I was all alone, until I met you 2 months ago.
Yeah, Paimon really owes you for that. Otherwise, Paimon likely would have drowned. So Paimon will do her best to be a great guide. We should head off. Let's get going.
Alright guys, so we are actually into the game. So you can see pretty close to the actual art style of the cutscenes, which I felt was really nice when I was first playing it. And just these audio levels a little bit, just real quick. I feel like it's blowing it out a little bit too high. I heard the girl talking and the little Paimon girl talking, she was blowing into the reds. I was like, I don't know if we want that. She's pretty loud. Alright, get back into it. Alright, but yeah, so this is the game. Let me tweak a setting real quick. This game, actually, the first thing I think you want to do when you play it, I think you want to crank the sensitivity up on most of these things. The sensitivity is, for vertical, is actually really bad. Yeah, I'm getting 31, I'm pretty good. If it starts to hiccup, I'll take it down, but yeah, the first thing you see, it's like a very colorful environment, and a lot of people have compared this game to Breath of the Wild, and the mechanics, yes, but I think actually it reminds me more of almost like a Nier Automata with the fighting style, and also slightly kind of like the colors of this game remind me more of like Dragon Quest than Breath of the Wild. So we're gonna nab a teleporter. Let's open up waypoints. I'm not gonna show too many of the tutorial stuff. I played through the early bits, so you guys didn't have to. You gotta pick up the lizards. So there is like a cat. There is a crafting and gathering system in this game.
The path ends here! Guess we'll just have to climb!
And just like she said,
Climbing
there's a pretty
depletes
decent range of
stamina, and
motion in
depleted
this game.
stamina takes time to recover. Okay,
just
let's
telling us
take
the
the route we
basics.
planned. We're off to a Statue of the Seven! Which of the seven are you looking for exactly?
I definitely feel like this game is one of those ones, yeah, that's 10 times better. It just looks a little bit cleaner too. Didn't really pick up any frames, but I actually picked up pretty enough frames to turn off that
Oh,
decent
wow!
Breath of the Wild moment. Look at the world.
That's a Statue of the Seven! There are a few of these statues scattered across the land to show the Seven's protection over the world. Among the seven gods, this god controls the wind. Paimon's not sure whether the god you're looking for is the animal god, but Paimon will take you to the animal god's place first, and there's the reason why. As we all know, poetry and language flow like the wind. There'll definitely be someone there who knows about your sister. At least that's what Paimon thinks. Whether the gods actually answer you is a different story. You never know unless you try. So let's hop to it.
So you can see there's a couple of gatherables on the way there. I'm gonna jump up and get this chest real quick. Just when you see a chest, that's one of the main things in this game is, yeah, she wants me to come back. Most of the game's loot is actually through chests rather than just through drops, it seems like. So every time you see one of those, it's kind of worth going and trying to grab one. I don't think this character can use spears, so I don't think that's really useful for us. I think he's more of a sword guy.
You can swim right over.
But I was saying, the range of motion in this game is actually pretty good. When I played it yesterday, I wasn't really feeling it at the very beginning. I thought about it some more, and sometimes I have to just get into the mood for it. So, but you can see right below, we actually picked up an element there too.
Huh?
pop some of the map out there. So, to use the comparison, I know it has it. This is basically like towers in a lot of games. So these seem to open up your map where you normally would just see this blob, where you know there's stuff here around generally in this area, that this will actually fill out your map to a pretty decent degree. I found one down towards this direction as well that popped this bit of the map out, but it actually seems like I think there may only actually be 7 potentially, because it gives me a pretty big piece of the map when I actually went over there, unless I'm only seeing the map as something way smaller than what it is. So we're gonna keep on going.
Ooh, did you just feel the elements of the world? Seems all you had to do was just touch the statue and you got the power of Animo. As much as they may want it, people in this world can never get a hold of powers as easily as you.
So one thing that this game has that's kind of interesting, silent protagonist for this person, either your boy or your girl. Many of the other characters will actually talk, but you do have free response to a lot of questions, and some of them are actually pretty funny. So we're just going to go with, I think I know why. It's because...
It's because you're not from this world to begin with! If we keep heading west from here, we'll eventually reach Mondstadt, the city of freedom. Mondstadt is the city of wind because they worship the god of Animo. So perhaps, because you got power from the god of Animo, you can find some clues there. There are also lots of bards there, so perhaps one of them has heard news of your sister. Let's move then. The elements in this world responded to your prayers, and Paimon thinks that's a lovely sign.
Alright, so what that gave us just now was the ability to cast Card of Magic, like I just did there. And this guy, he starts out with like I believe his element is wind, yeah, so he starts out with a hand.
With the wind! Wind blade!
These are the animal powers you got from the Statue of the Seven!
Yeah.
Oh, Paimon's so jealous! Why doesn't Paimon get cool fighting powers?
So, the little character that you come around, yeah, so you can call Paimon, but she does talk a lot. Something that you guys don't like that. I don't know if that's something that's gonna turn you off, but you do have this little, like, caretaker following you around, kind of like Navi over here. But this character, your introductory character, is a wind element character. Let me see if I can't show you that in my character menu real quick, get you an idea of the way this game looks in the menus as well. So up here, this, maybe he's Animo. I'm still pretty new to the game, so several different things you can do with it though. So there is, okay, so you need to do that first. I wasn't that far yet, but so here's the character selection screen. You have this guy, our character Kane, and he has this green element. I believe that's his, I think it said it was Animo, but basically it's just wind from what I can understand. That's kind of what it seems like. One of the characters we'll meet coming up is a fire elemental. She's a bow user, we'll see her in a second. So you can pick the different, you can see the attributes for your character, you can level them up using these tome things. I think this is kind of where some of that pay to win might come in, besides the picking characters out of the boxes. Weapons, from what I've seen, you can actually have, as long as they're the same weapon as your character can use, this guy can use swords, you can have pretty much infinite, it looks like, and you can just pick the ones you want to enhance. And what you'll do is you'll take the materials down here, either these little things or other weapons, and you'll use those to enhance your abilities. Artifacts are things you'll pick up along the way. We'll grab one in a second, but you'll grab one and they allow you to have trait bonuses. I didn't see what Constellation does. I believe it's just a way of leveling, and you need to have these particular crafting pieces, but then they give you like the E ability is basic ability was like it'll pull in enemies, is reduces the energy recharge time, and all the way at the back of it, these targets take damage from the gust surge have their ammo res reduced. So if you use your ultimate ability, your big tornado, then you have all your enemies take more damage from your other abilities. So, and you have talents, and this just looks like, to me, it just looks like a progression as you ascend your character and get to a higher level. You get better ability growth, essentially. Profile gives you some voiceovers. This character doesn't seem to actually have voiceovers yet. but you can see their stories too. So, and you can click around the screen too. One thing I did want to show real quick in this introductory bit to let you guys know what's going on, as you can see at the bottom of my screen, when you walk into water, you get the wet ability. So that's what this is right here. This little blue dot next to my health. That means I'm basically inflicted with an elemental status. From what I can tell, a lot of elemental statuses don't actually hurt you innately. They're pretty benign, but when in conjunction with other statuses, that's when they really start to do a lot of damage, and when you start to do a lot of damage as well. So one of the big things with this game is...
Wow! What is that? There's something huge in the sky!
If you guys are
heading towards the heart of the forest! We must proceed with caution.
So we have these little monster camps running around here. See what level these guys are and we can take them on. Level 2? Then you got them.
Windblade!
Not a lot of aerial combat, it was pretty grounded from this version, this early on. I don't know if that changes, but I'm liking the game. I'm gonna actually make some more content for it. Kind of get back into YouTube and streaming again, because I kind of got out of it for a while there. Nothing too flashy, it's just a basic guy. And to kill all these guys, we get the chest. So we got a couple of accessories. I'll go ahead and show what the accessories are, and look. Pays to explore, we got another chest. This game is a lot about exploration. Right here, I'll go ahead and show you what the game is prompting me for, which is artifacts, which I just talked about. So you can equip these, and you see they give you a trait bonus. So we'll go ahead and equip both of these, and it looks like we actually got a pretty decent drop because we got the trait bonus set complete on our first one. So now we have increased healing. If we get to number 4, elemental burst will give us healing, which will factor into the incoming healing. So a lot of these seem to work together with each other. So I wanted to make this first one a bit more story driven, so I think we're going to go ahead and instead of running around too much, you guys are getting a basic idea of what the game looks like. I wanted to just give you an introduction to the story and let you guys see some of the stuff that you can do inside of it. So we'll keep rolling along, follow the story.
Huh? Look at that!
Don't be afraid. It's all right now. I'm back.
Is he talking to a dragon?
Who's there?
Close. Paimon almost got blown away. Luckily, Paimon managed to grab hold of your hair. Thanks.
I'm gonna say good thing you didn't pull my hair out. Good thing the dragon didn't notice us. I'm gonna say good thing you didn't pull my hair out.
Just what was that? Paimon thought we were gonna get eaten. It definitely has something to do with that weirdo who was talking to the dragon.
Is talking to dragons normal?
Of course not. Oh, what's that? There's some kind of shiny red thingy on the big rock over there. Let's go take a closer look.
Alright, let's run
Be
towards
careful!
the little dragon.
Paimon doesn't have a good feeling about this.
So let's run in with reckless abandon.
Paimon's never seen a stone like this before, so Paimon can't tell what it is. All Paimon knows is that it's dangerous. Best we put it away for now. Okay.
Sorry about that. I thought she was done. I didn't realize she would actually continue talking. I feel like I always pretty close on the button press. Basically just saying let's put it in our pocket and forget about it for a while. Fair enough, man. Fair enough. Now we have a red dragon jewel or something or another in our pocket that we're just gonna hold on to for a little while. And couldn't get the frog. Sad day, but we can get the chest. If you guys are some people who like to open chests and like kind of like that ability to kind of just play around and get random items through stuff, I think you'll like this. Some of these enemies do. I know earlier I said that you don't really get a lot of drops from enemies. Some of these enemies actually do. It seems pretty close to like what they are. So like slimes drop slime stuff.
Hey, you! Stop right there!
Okay, got another character popping up.
May the Animo God protect you. I am Amber, outrider for the Knights of Favonius. You don't look like citizens of Mondstadt. Explain yourselves. We're not looking for trouble. That's what all the troublemakers say.
Hello, I'm King.
Doesn't sound like a local name to me. And this mascot, what's the deal with it?
I'm gonna say she's emergency food.
Hey! That's even worse than being a mascot!
Ah, man, it's alright.
So to sum it up, you're traveling partners, right?
You could call
Well,
it that.
look, there's been a large dragon sighted around Mondstadt recently. Best you get inside the city as soon as possible. It's not far from here. I'll escort you there.
I know, I just got eaten by it almost.
Aren't you out here for some other reason? I am, but not to worry. I can keep you both safe while doing that too. Besides, I'm still not sure if I can trust you two just yet.
I'd say that's a rather rude way to speak to your guests. She just barreled in, jumped over the gap of the road, and just ran up on us and just like, I don't trust you. I don't trust people that jump 15 feet in the air either.
Oh, I'm sorry. Probably not something I should say as a knight. I give
Yeah,
you
thank
my
you.
apologies, strange yet respectable travelers. That sounded so fake. Do you have something against the type of language usage prescribed by the Knights of Favonius Handbook? Leave it to me.
Alright, so you can see we actually got another character. Over here on this right side, you can see now we have 1 and 2 characters. So I can swap between her, the new character we just got, and my old character. I can go in Amy mode. She is, this is why I told you I was turning her sensitivity up. It's like mad slow otherwise. She is an archer. So with her, you can move around like normal. She attacks
So,
from range.
suspicious travelers, what are you doing in Mondstadt? He got separated from his sister during a really long journey.
You guys actually talk a lot.
Paimon is his travel buddy, helping him to find his sister. Oh, looking for your family? Huh. Okay, let me finish my other stuff first, and then I can help you put up posters around the city. What exactly is it you need to finish doing first? It's simple. You'll understand in a bit.
It's murder. It's just some light murder, don't worry. Be over in like 2 minutes, don't worry. Just light murder, light murder. No, but you can change between the characters at random. You can see there's a little cooldown between the two, but like this character, I could use this ability with her, or have her ability going at the same time. This little bunny dude, swap to him, it's still out there. Be fighting over here, and the bunny's gonna explode. Yeah, so this game, as opposed to some other ones, a lot of it actually revolves around linking your combos together. So in later characters, as you get your cooldown reductions and stuff like that, you'll be able to link. So let's say that I use this character's ultimate, which is like kind of like a hail of arrows sort of style. I'll be able to juggle my enemies, perhaps using this guy's Q, his twister. I'll be able to juggle them inside, and they'll take 2 packets of damage rather than just me attacking them one way, or attacking them like this, or just shooting the bow at them. So I can have, I think a lot of this falls around character swapping as a really core mechanic in this game, so definitely something cool that I think that differentiates it from other games. That there's a bunch of characters also.
Quick, get it!
archers actually, you can see you can actually get crit with this.
These monsters have been getting too close to the city recently.
You
My task this time is to clear out their camp.
and if you go in aiming mode like this, you actually don't have to hold the button down. She'll just auto charge, which is kind of nice if you're just trying to, if you just want to play archer, just kind of goof around a little bit. If you want to otherwise, if you want to, you have to hold it down and then you can. She's all about keeping her range on people. We're gonna try and snake this guy. He just doesn't care anymore. Actually, he gained his health. I didn't realize he would do that. That's cool. So, you really just can't like hit and run as much. And that same nature. There we go. 2 headshots and we're done.
Nothing to it. Though I've gotta say, you surprised me a little with your moves there. Thanks for the backup. How'd it feel?
I barely broke a sweat.
Now that you mention it, how is it the Hilly Trails ended up here? These creatures don't seem like the type to set up camp so close to cities like this. Exactly. It's more normal for them to be much further out in the wilderness. But because the dragon, Storm Terror, has been around a lot more recently, our orchards have been destroyed and the local market has been affected as well.
One thing you'll notice, the lips I think are made for Japanese or wherever this game is from, perhaps Korean. I don't, they will not talk after like 2 seconds because this is not like a long conversation probably in like another language.
When the storms hit, we usually end up with at least a few injuries, so the Knights of Favonius have been tied up doing the best they can to defend the area. So these annoying creatures have been getting closer and closer to the city? Exactly. That said, clearing this camp helped make the area a little bit safer. Come with me. A responsible knight must make sure to see you to the city safely.
Alright, here we go. So I'm gonna stick with her for a minute. I'll kit her out in a moment, I think. I want to go ahead and start wrapping this up. I'm going to show you guys some more Vista shots so you can determine if you really want to play the game or not. If you're all about the way the games look, then I think you'll be pretty happy with this one. As you can see, I have no hesitation saying that I'm pretty sure you can just go to anywhere you see, but what there is in this game is there is level cap enemies. If you go a little too far over that direction towards this area that I just fired over towards, there are enemies that are like level 14. You can see we're only like level 1 at this point. By the way, she has a pyro, so he is actually combo. So I'm guessing he can change his element or something odd like that. Got a little crystal on his shirt. And she is a fire elemental character. There are several different elements in the game. So, enemies here. You see, these are actually level 6, so they might actually be a little strong for us, but she has a unique ability that she has a taunt in her little rabbit that will explode. I don't actually think it's gonna, unfortunately. Stun lock a little bit. And oh, you can see it actually made into a fire tornado there because of the combo of the rabbits, little bunnies, explosion area, and our tornado. So lots of elemental synergies. Actually reminds me a lot of I played Guild Wars. I played Guild Wars a fair amount back in the day, and even fairly recently. Reminds me a lot of that with like the combo system. So something cool that's like gives the game a bit more breadth. Let me zoom it out a little bit, but there you go. There's another one of those. I like using her because you can actually point to things. They're one of those little traveler things we saw in the beginning of the game. But we're gonna go there later. Oh, you can see another one up there. Nice. So one of the things I really like about this game, the field of view is actually really good. I think that being able to see all the trees and stuff, and a lot of these open world games nowadays, I feel like they really push the things that are right in front of you, and field of view becomes less and less important over time. They'll just cover it up with trees or something, but I really like that you can go and you can just see everything that you're going to be able to see. I will show you guys
We just happened to be passing by
as well.
What are you cooking?
What should I cook next? Oh, are you travelers from around here as well?
No, we just happened to be passing by. What are you cooking? Smells good!
I see. Welcome, travelers. I'm Lynn, the survival expert of the Adventurers Guild. As you can see, I'm experimenting with some new recipes. Eat before you go. The first rule in the Wilderness Survival Guide.
Picnic? Oh, Paimon just loves picnics! My travel partner here is good at cooking as well.
I actually really like cooking. It's like, that's right, I love cooking
Oh,
too.
there's a cooking pot right there. Show me what you got.
Alright, so we'll
It's
cook
good to have
one
someone to
recipe
practice
with
with.
her.
There are some mushrooms and meat in the barrel over there. Try making a chicken mushroom skewer for me.
So we'll cook one right now, and we'll move along a little bit. Like I said, I want to get you guys going so you can go ahead and download it. It takes a while to download, so you're going to want the time you need at that point. And, alright, so here we go. Show you this. So the cooking system is a little bit different. It's kind of like, it starts out, let's see, we have 0 out of 5 proficiency. When you don't have a full proficiency on an item, it will not auto cook for you. You actually have to cook the item. So you got the little mushroom in there. Hit cook, and then we'll hit the stop button in the red orange part. Get a perfect recipe, increase our proficiency, and now our proficiency is 1 out of 5. Let's swap our character too. I guess it's just because you have bonuses per character. It doesn't make your proficiency go down, so you can use whoever you want. It's just for whoever has a bonus attached to that. We'll go ahead and turn this into her. Scroll down.
Is it done? Mmm, smells good. Let me try. Now that's really tasty. You're indeed gifted.
Paimon told you so.
With your culinary skills, you should try more difficult dishes. Oh, I've got some raw ingredients in my bag. Have them in return for this meal.
Can we really have them? Won't you run out of ingredients?
That's okay. You should be able to find lots of ingredients when exploring the wilderness. Don't forget to look carefully. There's also a restaurant in Mondstadt known as Good Hunter that sells food and ingredients. Go have a look when you've got the time.
Okay, thank you for the info. Hey, leave some chicken mushroom skewers for Paimon.
Alright, so we got up to level 4, and we will run into the city, and I think we're going to call it there. But yeah, I actually am really liking the game. Once you get it to a stable frame rate on your computer, or on your PC or anything like that, or on your PlayStation or whatever you're playing this on, it's actually really fun, because I feel like one of the things I always had problems with in certain games of this type that are like big open world games is that when you can do kind of whatever you really want, they do actually kind of run kind of laggy, and I appreciate having a normal running game for a minute. What's up, Timmy? What are you doing? You're scaring the pigeons away. There's not much I can do about it now. Not much you can do. Yeah, right. Mommy says that as long as you love the world, no animals will be scared of you. Otherwise, why do you think the pigeons aren't scared of me? I got a funny one here. They'll be back. They do usually come back. But what happens if one day they leave and never come back again? Just like Daddy. Oh. Poor kid. Alright, well I'll take this pigeon with me for safekeeping. There's our destination. Big old glowy crater in the ground or something.
Let me officially introduce the city of wind, dandelions, and freedom. Travelers under the protection of the Knights of Favonius, welcome to Mondstadt. Finally, no more having to camp outdoors. But the city folk don't look too cheery. Everyone's been put out of place by storm terror recently, but everything will turn out fine as long as Jean's with us. Jean? Acting Grand Master of the Knights of Favonius. With Jean on our side, surely even the vicious storm terror will be no match for us.
Sounds like someone pretty impressive.
Before I take you guys to the Knights of Favonius headquarters, I have a present for you, traveler. It's a reward for helping me clear out that Hilichurl camp. Hey! Why doesn't Paimon get a reward? Because this reward is useless to you, Paimon. But I'll treat you to a traditional Mondstadt delicacy, sticky honey roast. Sticky honey roast! Come with me. We'll head to the city's, high ground.
Alright. So we got a couple quests now. You pick the navigate to it. And then just a couple more little things just telling us how to move around the UI. And now we have this little sparkly on the ground that helps us navigate. Alright, and so this is the big town that we'll be spending some of our time in moving forward. Let's see if we can't jump up on top of one of these buildings just for good measure. Gotta make sure nobody's doing anything bad up here as well. Alright, there you go. That's as good a spot as ever. Got a spike going through my butt. That's nice. Alright, but yeah. So this has been my introductory look at Genshin Impact. Definitely not the total game. There is a glider. We're about to go get that in a second. And you'll be able to kind of glide around. You know what that looks like from Breath of the Wild screenshots and that sort of thing. But yeah, if you guys have any interest in this game, it's completely free to start, I'd call it. Moving forward, instead of doing piece parts of the actual games that I've been doing, like I did with Hollow Knight in the past, and Abzu in the past as well, I think I'm going to try moving to just doing live stream replays. It's about the same commentary for me regardless. I don't really... Outside of the Spyro stuff that I did, the guides, I might still do some of those, but for more recent games, I know it was a lot of work. I probably put about 40 to 50 hours into that learning all the software, learning all the stuff, and it's kind of discouraging when no one watches it, obviously, but it was also just, I didn't want to echo chamber myself and just do things the exact same way over and over and over again. That took a lot of time. And that was also part of the stressed out at work sort of thing I talked about earlier. So, yeah, to wrap it up in general, if you guys like the way the little game looks, if you guys are digging it, I would definitely recommend you guys jump on in. I only showed you about the first 30 minutes of the game. I spent a couple minutes running around, but there's definitely a lot to explore in this game. I think anyone who's into the Breath of the Wild and Dragon Quest sort of games, you guys will really like this. So you can go download it over at the Genshin Impact site. It's pretty obvious where it's at. I have been JP Firepledge. If you guys want to follow me on Twitch or YouTube, then definitely do so. Same names. Also over on Twitter, so that's a good place to find me. DM me if you want. Just say hey on any of my socials. I'll just say hey back or comment on the video. Appreciate it no matter what. I'll see you guys in the next one, and you guys have a wonderful day. Later.